In 2004, the first ever Islamic Research Unit in Queensland was established at Brisbane's Griffith University. Since then, GIRU has become an internationally recognized centre of excellence for Islamic research, with many of its scholars addressing social, political and economic issues from an Islamic perspective. Dr. Mohamad Abdalla, the founding director of the unit, explains how it all started off and highlights some of its many achievements to date.
GIRU, or the Griffith Islamic Research Unit, had a humble beginning. It started in 2004 with one person and has now grown to become one of the leading Islamic research units in Australia. During completion of my PhD at Griffith University, I applied for a teaching position in Islamic studies at some other university. I was lucky to begin teaching a second-year subject on contemporary issues in the Muslim world. However, I found the content of the subject rather difficult and complex for students who knew almost nothing about Islam and Muslims. Additionally, academics who often teach Islamic studies in Western countries are far detached from the inner dynamics and complexities of the Muslim society. Furthermore, the tragic events of 11 September 2001 demanded a reference point that could answer the many questions about Islam based on facts and empirical data, devoid of emotions and subjectivity. With these dynamics in mind, I sought to establish a research center that was at once academic and at the same time cognizant of the complexities of the Muslim community. I felt that it would be necessary to graduate academics who are well versed in both the Australian and invariably Western and Islamic contexts. There was a need to produce people who can identify with both contexts and are experts in various fields pertaining to the social, economic and political context within which Islam and Muslims interacted. But to do this, funding was needed. In 2004, I called for a meeting with local members of the Brisbane Muslim community to convince them of the idea. About 20 people attended. In total, and only after 2 hours, the community, that is the Brisbane Muslim community, pledged about $600,000 to establish the Griffith Islamic Research Unit. The official opening of the Griffith Islamic Research Unit was in 2005. It was attended by the Vice-Chancellor, prominent heads of departments, professors, politicians, and of course the media. GIRU now has about 13 PhD students and 2 master students. The first 2 PhD candidates, Dr. Halim Rain and Dr. Mahmoud Nati, graduated in 2008 and 2009 respectively with academic excellence. Dr. Halim Rain also won the Chancellor's Medal for Academic Excellence, and Dr. Nati is running for the same in 2010. Dr. Halim Rain is an expert in Islamic studies with a focus in international relations, media studies, conflict resolution, and the higher objectives of Islamic law, while Dr. Mahmoud Nati is a specialist in Islamic studies with a focus in banking and finance. Both of these graduates understand the Australian and Islamic contexts quite well. All other existing PhD candidates are involved in high-on-the-agenda research. GIRU has also attracted some high-profile international personalities to undertake their higher degrees with us, including Mr. Anwar Ibrahim, the former Deputy Prime Minister of Malaysia. Additionally, GIRU has become a reference point for government, academic institutions, religious organizations, media outlets, and schools. Our staff and students have been invited to many conferences, workshops, symposiums, and have become public intellectuals known as a voice of reason amidst chaos. The founding director, Dr. Mohamad Abdalla, was also invited to the Prime Minister's 2020 summit, held over 2 days in April 2008. He was also a special guest of the Australian ambassador to the USA in Washington, D.C. in 2008 to build relations with leaders of the American Muslim community. In 2007, Griffith University, through GIRU, the University of Melbourne and the University of Western Sydney jointly won a federal government funding worth $8 million for the establishment of the National Centre of Excellence for Islamic Studies, the lead Australian centre in Islamic studies. Consequently, each of these universities is now offering a major in Islamic studies. The Griffith Islamic Research Unit now, after 5 years of establishment, has 4 academic staff on board and is expanding at a fast but sustainable rate. It is our aim to make GIRU a world leader in Islamic studies.
This digital story has been developed by the Queensland Muslim Historical Society to record and document the past and contemporary history of the Muslim community of Queensland.